You're listening to the Almost F1 podcast, a show where fast cars meet faster, less informed opinions. I'm Jonathan, he's Gage, and together we break down Formula One with a mix of race day analysis, bad predictions, and the occasional hot take that probably won't age that well. Let's fucking go. Where you putting it?
I'm putting them first for you. What you want right now?
I do.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I thought you was putting it in the freezer. I was like, no. Just fridge. Fridge is fine.
I was like, no.
Fridge is fine, because I'll forget again. This motherfucker put a Dr. Pepper in my freezer and let it blow up last night.
I wonder who did that.
This motherfucker that I'm recording, my podcast co-host, I can tell you who did it.
Oh.
You know the guy?
No.
It's a fucking asshole. You should
Yeah.
meet him.
I mean.
Dickhead.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper sponsor us.
We drank enough of them bitches.
I swear to God, dude. That's the last thing we need is a free supply of them.
Bro. I would have cases stacked to the fucking
Cases
ceiling.
and cases. Hey guys, I ran out again. I ain't run out. I'm stockpiling. I'm like a bear hibernating for winter. Alright, everybody. Welcome back to the Almost F1 podcast. What the fuck is up with McLaren? How are they world championships and fucking losers at the same time? What is this papaya rules bullshit? I'm sick of it, dude.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's, I don't know, it takes away from the spunk of the championship. Because it doesn't much matter now who wins.
No.
It feels tainted. It feels tampered with. It feels manufactured. It just feels fake.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like they let these guys duke it out and the better one prevailed. And if they lose it for both of them, they're fucked.
It's a fucking...
Somebody's leaving. Oscar or Lando's leaving, and I don't think it'll be Lando. If Max pulls from behind and really does this thing, which I think he will, I think he's going to. If he really does, what a fucking embarrassment for McLaren, dude.
That would be... Oh.
What a fucking embarrassment. Your Constructors' Championship won't matter. Fans don't give a fuck about the Constructors' Championship. I won't say we don't give a fuck, but we care much more about the Drivers' Championship. Far and wide. There's no question.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about the papaya shit because at first last year, yeah, I got it. I was getting.
I understood what they were going for, even if I didn't agree with it. I understood what they were getting
I was still
at.
a little bit pissed off about it, but
I understood what they were trying to get at.
Yeah.
Now they're not even clear with it. Now,
no, they're not even going. They're not even going in the same way as like they were like last year. If they were the last, which I know the team hasn't changed, but if they were the same team as they were last year,
it seems the function of the team has changed a little bit. It does seem that the team is more sure of themselves. And they should be, to an extent, to a degree.
If they were the same team as last year,
yeah,
they would have this fucking driver championship sealed.
They weren't. I don't know, though. Because, like, last year they weren't too different from how they are this year. Last year, the big difference was that Oscar... We're not going to call you number 2, but you're very clearly playing number 2 this year to Lando's championship fight with Max.
Yep.
This year, they had to take the gloves off and step back, and they didn't. Lando had that slow pit stop, and hey, guess what? Tough shit. Tough fucking luck. So now that is what has made Lando's move into the first corner seems so tricky and controversial now is that
I still call it. I don't know. I don't.
It's like I told you.
It sits with me. That's bullshit.
I see it hard racing. I see it as hard racing.
See,
but
I can see it in hard racing, but from the contact and his reaction to you have a car right here. Mm-hmm. You're not going no fucking where. So why? You've already made contact here. So
he really didn't bump Oscar that bad though. They were side by side through the corner. I mean, we can go back and rewatch it, but I mean, Lando barged his way in there, but turn 1, lap 1. If I don't see that, I'm calling him a fucking pussy. I'm calling him a fucking bitch if I don't see that out of him, especially in the championship title fight. The 2 people he's in the title fight with are right in front of him.
Yeah.
I'm calling him a fucking bitch if he don't go for that.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's made it so tricky now is because of how much they've meddled in it before. Otherwise, it would be, no, hey, it was hard racing, Lando got by. That's just that. But now, because of the rules that they've put in place before, it does make us go, well, no, hang on now. What the fuck about Oscar? You're just going to leave Oscar out to dry when it comes time to play fair for him? He had to play fair for Lando.
But God forbid if Max was to pull some shit like that.
Oh, yeah. He'd have been fucking penalized with the ass.
5-10 second fucking penalty.
Yeah. 10 second stop and go or some crazy shit like that. Like, yeah, it would have been ridiculous.
That's another thing is I feel like if it was any other driver, the top drivers right now, they would have been penalized.
Where I think the penalty should have come in and didn't was when Lando finished the race with a fucking flap of his wing hanging off.
Yeah.
He should have had to change that. He should have had to change that front wing.
I mean, I know it's just a wing, but
I know, but if they're riding Lewis's dick for curb hopping at the very, very end of the race when his brakes went out at the very end,
fucking exactly,
and they're not going to say shit to Lando about running a whole race, even after his pit stop where he had a chance to change the wing.
They didn't.
Yes, it takes longer at the pit stop, but you're not taking an extra stop to do it. So just change it at your next stop. They didn't.
Like, I get it's just a wing, but that's still what they call it unsafe.
Yeah, it's driving the car on track in an unsafe manner.
Yes.
And now, who deems it unsafe? Race director. Ultimately, it's up to them to decide this is too, and they'll throw out what they call the meatball flag, the black and orange flag.
Yeah, the black and orange flag.
But apparently they didn't see enough issue with it. Do you... Let me not ask this in a certain way. Do you think there's a chance that Oscar's pit stop was slow on purpose? To make up for Lando's slow stop. Was it 2 races ago now? Or something like that?
Well, I mean... at this fucking point...
I'm giving it like a 70...
At this fucking
like
point...
a 70% chance.
Yeah.
I'm teetering, but I'm a lot more tottering, you know what I'm saying?
At this fucking point... you should just have one fucking driver. And them not coming to get fucking Oscar after the fact... That's a flame under me. I'm not really a McLaren fan like that.
I don't really care about the Constructors' Championship. We were just saying, I don't really give a fuck. But you don't celebrate winning the Constructors' Championship without your other driver. He was in the media pen doing press and stuff.
Yeah, why the fuck Lando? Why wasn't he?
They just stumbled across him on accident after the fact. They were, Oscar, Oscar, hey, buddy, pal, come on. And then McLaren did some damage control on their Instagram and Threads and Twitter and whatever the fuck else, posting pictures of Andrea with Lando and Oscar and stuff. But it was all after the fact. It was all after the big group team celebration. There's no picture of Oscar with the big team group celebrations because he wasn't fucking there. He wasn't fucking invited. He wasn't good enough. He wasn't British enough to be invited, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's the deal is. That shit pissed me off, too.
That set a flame under my eyes. Because, well, he's out there doing the press. Oscar's doing press. Why the fuck isn't Lando doing some of his press?
Well, it's like, yeah, why?
and then after y'all get done with the press and shit.
So here's how it happened.
Then celebrate.
Here's how it happened, because Lando's on the podium. His post-race events go a little differently than everybody else. So everybody else parks their car in Parc Ferme. The FIA, they weigh them and they give them the little weight ticket and they do that whole rigmarole we see them do at the end of every race.
Yeah.
And then they basically go straight to the media pen. They might change their overalls or put on some team kit or something that looks clean and not sweaty or whatever, but then they'll go to the media pen and do interviews and yada, yada, yada. Whatever. It's all interviews. I don't know why I'm trying. But they'll go do their interviews and stuff in the media pen and whatever press they have to do. And then on the podium, when you finish on the podium, your car is parked with the podium sitters. And then you go up on the podium, you go to the cool-down room, you go through the podium process. The team requested with the Formula One media. No, it's not Formula One media. It's, who's the people that... Liberty Media. I think it was Liberty Media, I believe. Anyway, it was somebody. Came to McLaren before the race, and they were like, hey, after the race, do you want to have like this time slot or whatever reserved after the podium celebrations to use the podium to celebrate as a team, yada, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I can understand why Oscar was in the media pen well before Lando was. But a team representative needed to come get Oscar and say, hey, he'll fulfill his media requirements later.
Yeah, after the fact.
He's got a team to celebrate with.
Yeah, either that or they both went ahead and knocked their shit out, like I said.
Well, it's like last year when they won the Constructors' Championship, there was a clip of him and Oscar standing next to each other, and they were trying to grab Lando to take him to go do Drive to Survive interview immediately. The Netflix people were trying to get him.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Oscar were like, no, fuck them. Like, I'm celebrating with my team. Yeah. Like, I don't know. That really doesn't sit right with me. And then McLaren put out the statement about Oscar unplugging his radio from Zach.
Mm-hmm.
They put out some kind of statement about that, saying basically that, oh, that's not what it looked like, guys. He didn't hear it. Oscar just didn't hear the message. That's all it was. He just didn't hear Zach, obviously, guys. You guys are overreacting.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
We all heard him unplug that bitch.
I swear you can see a little eye roll when he does it. It's not blatant, but it's just like a fuck. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah. I mean, hell, if I was a fucking racing driver, I'd be the fucking same fucking
Mark
way.
Webber, you know, in shows when they have like the little angel and devil on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Mark Webber is both of them. There's a Mark Webber angel and a Mark Webber devil on Oscar's shoulders that he has to contend with all the fucking time. And Mark Webber has his own little Mark Webber angel and the devil on his shoulders he has to contend with when he's telling Oscar not to punch these people in the fucking face. Fucking ridiculous, dude. How fucking exhausted do you think the McLaren mechanics were running back and forth when McLaren kept trying to dummy Red Bull into a fucking pit stop? They were like, box to overtake Max, and even the commentators were like, that's way too early to announce it. You're obviously not doing that. And Red Bull didn't bite, because Hannah Schmidt is a fucking god. But Red Bull didn't bite, and then they tried it again, and they had all their mechanics run out in the fucking pit lane and everything, grab tires, and then they ran them back in the garage. And then they tried to dummy up again, they ran the fuck back out again, and then they ran back in, and Max pitted. And then they ran back out again and actually did the fucking pit stop. And then they ran back out again and did Oscars. How fucking, like, coming from any kind of blue-collar field, even if it's just general labor, you can relate to moving piles of dirt from A to B just because they want to move a pile of dirt from here to here. That is the most aggravating, frustrating kind of fuck. If I was one of those goddamn mechanics, dude, I'd be like, they don't buy it. They don't believe us. Stop wasting my time. I'd be fucking livid. I'd be so fucking sick of that. I think Oscar's going into his villain era, though. I think
that's a fucking possibility.
His radio messages are just leaning more and more that way. Even when they were like, Oscar, as a team, we reviewed the footage and Lando had to take avoiding action. It was pretty shitty avoiding action, if you ask me. God damn. Yeah. Yep, that's true. That's true. That's pretty true, too. That's a good point, Oscar.
Yeah. I just don't understand why.
I don't get it.
I mean, I don't think he could have went anywhere, though. But it still doesn't explain the fact of why. Fucking pull over here and you know there's a fucking car on the side of you.
I think Lando was just trying to force his way through more than he was trying to finesse his way through, which I respect it. Max has done it time after time after time.
But Max does it clean. Hardly ever do you see
If you
Max
look at the whole history of Max, you can't really say that. If you look at Max from like 2015 and take into account all these years and everything, he's gotten better about it. He's gotten much more controlled about it. But when Max goes for a dive bomb, you're right. Even if he knows he's going to bang up against you, he's going to coordinate it where you bang wheels, not wings.
Yep.
Like, I do get what you're saying. You're right there.
Like banging wheels, that's perfectly fine.
That's different. That is true. And I think Lando kind of calculated his side-by-side with Oscar. Okay. It was his front to back with Max that he fucked up. That's where he lost that fucking end plate on his wing.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is true about Max. Even his dive bombs are calculated.
Yeah.
Very much so. Moving past McLaren and Max and the regular storylines, everybody was giving Kimmy so much fucking credit. I love the kid. He's great. But they were giving him so much fucking credit for, hey, gave George his homework. George looked at his homework, and now George is first. George won the race because he looked at Kimmy's homework. No, you British fucks. It's not that big a deal. I know we're trying to hype Kimmy up because he came in as this whole big time grab prospect, next Max Verstappen, and he's getting shown the fuck up by Hajar in a racing bull. I know we're trying to hype him up and keep his stock inflated. But we don't fucking have to. It's not that big a deal that George went and looked at some onboards and some data traces. So like I was saying before we recorded, everybody is watching everybody's onboards. Anybody that has a competitive car that's relatable to where their car is, they're looking at onboards to see, I can, whatever. Like, it just wasn't that impressive to look at. And they kept harping on it. And then you fucking harped on it.
I did.
And I was like, no!
Yeah, I did.
But, I mean, it is impressive. I mean, Kimmy's impressive. He's that fucking dive bomb he sent on Lewis, dude. Was it Lewis?
No,
I think
that was, No, you're thinking about Ollie and fucking...
Yeah, there was Ollie and the Williams. I think it was Albon or Sainz. I don't remember. But there was... Kimmy had a dive bomb, too, they showed in the replay. It was on a Ferrari. It could have been on Charles. Hang on. Let me pull up my app. It was on Leclerc.
Yeah?
Well, he finished in front of Leclerc, so I can only assume that dive bomb was on Leclerc, because it happened right towards the end of the race. But, yeah, regardless, it was fucking impressive. It was ballsy.
Yeah. Lewis lost 2 places after the race.
Well, he had a penalty for the track limit shit or whatever.
Limits.
Was it track limits or was it drive?
Yeah, it was track limits.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was track limits.
Fucking bullshit.
Alonso finished 6th, though.
That's not bad.
It was either 7th or 6th.
I just had to pull it up. Let me see. 7th?
7th, yep.
Yeah, and then Charles was 6th.
Because Lewis got knocked down to 9th.
8th. Yeah, 8th. And Williams was trying to get as much of that mini DRS effect as they could and bit him in the fucking ass.
Let's talk about that.
They ended up
fucking disqualified from fucking quali.
Yeah, but they still ended up, like, Carlos ended up in 10th. He got 1 point. And Albon was in 14th. So, I mean, they came back okay, all things considered. But, like, I don't know if that was really Williams just trying to get that little bit much more out of the rear wing, or if it was just a rear wing that was tested in a way that they thought it would pass, and it obviously didn't.
Yeah.
Either way, bit him in the fucking ass. You know who deserves a raise more than anybody in F1 right now? As it sits at this very moment, anyway. There's one person. They're nameless. Whoever the fuck that Sauber mechanic is that saved Yuki's race.
Holy
when
shit.
That tire went rogue. That was so close to a fucking, like...
I'm surprised that wasn't some kind of a...
Oh, I'm very much surprised the FIA didn't note that and have a conversation with Sauber after the race about, like, hey... Which, granted, if you go back and watch, all it was the mechanic that was changing the tire threw the tire to the side, and it just bounced in just the right way to stand back up and start rolling. Like, that's probably a 1 in 1,000, 1 in a million maybe, way for that to happen. But it just happened that way. And whoever the mechanic was that had the reflexes to run and grab it needs a fucking raise.
Oh, yeah.
They need a raise. Red Bull needs to be sending that mechanic personally a fucking gift of some kind. A card, something.
Something, because that was almost a shit show.
A little Red Bull fridge to keep in his fucking room or something. You know, I don't know, something. Hadjar was fucking fighting his ass off with that engine trouble he had. I think he worked the kinks out of it by the end of it. Isaac just made another case for himself for Rookie of the Year with the engine trouble he had in this race. I say that he worked the kinks out. Technically, I'm sure his race engineer had a lot to do with it, helping him to coax the car back to a good operating state where it could run. But you saw when Alonso overtook him, you could tell the power difference.
Yeah, he did pull some fuck shit though during that.
What, the defense?
Yeah, well, like why are you defending anyways when you know that?
Because you're a fucking race car driver. And it's your first year in F1. I don't give a fuck if you've been here 25 years. I'm not letting you stomp all over me. My engine power could come back in this next corner, and I'm fucking gone again.
Yeah, but the likely of that to happen.
It happened not long after Alonso got past him. He got his engine power back, and I don't know if he ever passed him again.
I don't think he ever got his engine power
He did
back.
If he didn't and he was running like that, he still finished in the points. He finished 11th. Carlos overtook him. It had to be towards the end.
Yeah, I don't.
That engine trouble was happening on like midway through the race. He'd have been dead last running that speed.
And I think that he was having problems with it in quali too.
Shit, I'm fighting that hard. I think he was, because he did during the race. He was like, "What the hell's up with his engine, man?" I mean, listen, I'm never gonna fucking hate on somebody.
I'm not hating on him. I just don't think it was a smart decision within that time.
A smart business decision, maybe not, but going against your instincts to do anything else, probably.
Yeah.
But that's also the difference between Alonso being in the sport for 25, 40, 60 years, however long he's been here. When he raced with Fangio back in the day and all those guys. But that probably is the difference between those two, is it like, or between like a rookie and somebody that seasoned, is it like the ability to pick and choose your battles and understand.
Like, don't get me wrong.
I think it's different. I think it's different when you're fighting for a future, and when you've already had that future, and now you're just like
riding it out.
I think the mentality is just different. I don't think you can do much to change that. I think that's what we saw with Isaac fighting that hard for position. Because even when he was defending that hard, I'm like, buddy, there's no need for that.
Yeah, he's gonna overtake you.
Yeah, he's gonna get you. But I do get the train of thought of like, man, it might. If I hold him off for this series of corners, maybe I get both.
But either way, in the straight, Alonso was going to eat his ass up.
I'm saying, if his power comes back, if whatever's going on with this engine, if it's say it's a sensor malfunction and not letting the engine get to its full power, and your engineer figures out a way to disable that sensor, and then, boom, you got full power all of a sudden. That's what I think Hadjar was banking on, why he was defending that hard, was waiting for some miraculous thing like that to happen, to be like, okay, now we got 100%. Because even the lights on the back of his car, they're programmed to flash in a certain way to mean certain things. And I don't know what they mean, but the drivers do. Like 2 rapid flashes and then a slow flash means one thing, and then like a rain flash looks different than a fucking battery deployment. So Isaac's lights, they were saying on the commentary, his lights were flashing in such a way to let Alonso know that he doesn't have full battery deployment. So I'm wondering if Isaac was just waiting for whatever sensor or whatever button or whatever wasn't working right to just find that magic and start working. I think that's what he's banking on.
Yeah.
It was hopeless defense, though. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
And then, I think, is that all I had for this? The only other thing I had on my notes here that we took, or that we talked about a minute ago, was that Alonso's radio moments are they do not get any worse as he gets older. They're just better.
Talk to me every lap, and I will disconnect the radio.
Disconnect the radio. And then when Hadjar was defending that hard, he's like, hit on the race! Hit on the race! Oh, man.
Nico's save, closer towards the end of the race.
His save?
Yes.
Or when he spun?
He spun it, and he damn near put that bitch in the wall.
I would call it luck more than skill, but I'd say it was very lucky. I think he just got lucky. I think on a street track, you can only get lucky. I think even if Max spins and doesn't hit a wall, I'm not going to give him credit for it. I'm going to give luck credit for that. Because they're doing... I don't know what his entry speed was there, but they were saying he was caught off guard by the entry speed of the Alpine a little bit, too. And maybe he fucking stabbed the brakes a little too hard and locked the rears, and that's what spun it. But because the camera just did like a quick cut right to Nico, and he was backwards in a cloud of white smoke when the camera went to him, and I thought for sure he was fucking gone.
Yeah, safety car.
Weren't we banking on it? Weren't we wanting a safety car at that point in the race?
Yeah.
For Max to get softs, get fresh softs.
Fresh softs, and then to possibly
pick off George.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's do our COTA predictions, and then I'm going to move on to some fucking silly little lackadaisical shit.
Okay.
You fucking said earlier, I don't know if to put this in our predictions or hot takes, but McLaren crash.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
So, I don't know. I
feel
like
if you... So,
with the tension...
So do this in your head. Play the scenario out in your head. How do you see it happening? My eyes are closed.
Okay.
I'm visualizing with you.
Like
I'm in the race car. I am the race car driver. I'm here.
I don't know. So, like, just the tension of everything, and then Lewis giving Oscar some advice, and then
in the media, yeah. What was his advice? Stop listening to the team or some shit.
And he said something about don't give any more positions back. Or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I remember you telling me something like that. Dude.
And I can't remember exactly what it was said, but I know it was along the lines of that.
The Constructors' Championships in the back, I don't see either one of them boys listening to team orders now.
So, I don't know. I just feel like that with how everything is right now and then the tension of it going into Coda, Oscar's already going to be fucking pissed off. And then if Lando's still on this fuck shit...
After Coda, I see exactly what you're saying.
I feel like there is going to be...
I think there's going to be a lot of... I think there's going to be a lot of checking each other's bitch into a corner and see who checks up first.
Yeah.
So after Coda, including Coda, there's 6. But after Coda, there's 5 rounds left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got Mexico, Brazil, Las Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. Now, what's the forecast? I'm already looking ahead to Mexico. I shouldn't do that yet. So like, if it's raining in Mexico, Max is all over that. Anyway, let me not look at all that yet. But
yeah, I just feel like it's going to be...
I think it's going to come to a boiling point. I agree. I do think it'll hit a boiling point. I don't know if it'll happen this race, but you're predicting it this race.
I think it's got...
All right. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a McLaren crash.
Next prediction is Ferrari with very strong pace. And I'll go ahead and throw the next prediction out, Mercedes as well. I think Ferrari and Mercedes are going to both be
I think
vying for the top spot outside of Max. I think Max will be in there with them. I'm not going to say Red Bull will be, but Max will be.
Yeah.
Max will be right in there with them.
Yeah, Mercedes, I think it's going to be strong.
I think McLaren might be fucking 4 or 5 in quality if they're lucky.
The way that they're fucking fighting right now.
It was hot with Heidegg in Singapore. It's hot with Heidegg in Dakota. I don't think they're going to fare very well at all. Mm-mm. And in Dakota, they got, like, heat is heat, but it does make a difference when you're under sunshine or under floodlights at night. Singapore is under floodlights at night. Dakota is in the fucking sun, in the middle of the hot-ass fucking
day.
Listen, y'all, we are not from Texas, but we are both from the South. From Austin, how far are we? Probably 4 hours, 5 hours? Something like that. It's hot as fuck down there right now. I'm telling you, you can look at the forecast and it'll say 100, 101 is what the feels like is, or whatever. I'm telling you, it's 115, 120. No matter what it says, you can add 15 or 20 degrees onto that. I promise. So, that being said, podium predictions. You go.
I went George for race win.
Yeah.
I went George, Max, with, if there is a McLaren crash.
You can change it.
Yeah, but, I mean...
Feel free to change it.
You know, I would love to fucking choose a Ferrari, but,
yeah.
It's
a Ferrari.
I don't know. And if it is a Ferrari, it's not going to be the Ferrari.
The Ferrari you want.
Yeah.
The one with 4-4 painted on the top of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be Charles, if anything.
It will be. I agree with that.
It's going to be fucking George, Max.
Okay, yep. George, Max.
And then Charles, possibly, if...
No. All right. No. We ain't doing none of this possibly if asterisk bullshit.
Okay.
Motherfucker, it is first, it is second.
First George, second Max, third Isaac.
Ah! All right. That'll work. I'll take that. I had first Max, second George, third Charles. Because I do think the Mercedes and the Ferrari are both going to be really strong, but I think Max is going to throw a wrench in both their plans.
Well, I would say Ferrari, but the fucking struggle, watching Charles sit there struggle with that bitch through damn near every corner.
That's true.
It's snappy as fuck.
That's true.
And that's the only reason I went for Isaac instead. Cause Isaac swings that bitch.
Isaac is very, what's the word? Bold.
Yeah.
With his driving. I agree. I think if there's any chaos, I think Isaac and Liam both. One, because V-Carb has good strategists on the team. So I think Liam and Isaac both will be put into advantageous positions if any kind of chaos ensues. But I do think Isaac will be the lead of those two.
Yes,
wherever they are.
Yeah, Isaac's going to be the lead of those two.
And this, I hope you have some questions you thought of for this. If not, it's fine. But we're going to do a segment called What's Correct. And I threw one of these at you the other day. We can talk about it. Do you wet your toothbrush before the toothpaste, after the toothpaste, or both?
Both.
Okay. It's both. So the other day you were about to rip my fucking face off, and we both had the same answer.
Before and after.
I'm actually trying to think now if I do the bristles. Do I do just dry?
I don't know, do you?
Hang on. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think now. I guess I ain't never put this much thought into it. Alright, I'm going to visualize again. That helped. I'm in the bathroom. I am the toothbrush. Toothbrush in my hand. Toothpaste over here.
You want ugly ass
toothbrush?
No,
I gotta come clean, buddy. I gotta lay the ugly truth on you. I put toothpaste on dry bristles and then wet the whole thing.
You're fucking psychotic.
No, I do. I put toothpaste on dry bristles.
You're fucking psychotic.
You're not a dry bristler?
Huh?
I'm a dry bristler.
Oh.
Oh.
I bet your gums love you.
They bleed a little bit. Toughen them up. You don't put calluses on your gums?
Fuck yeah.
You fucking libtard pussy. You fucking what a fucking loser.
I'd just rather not my gums sit there and scream in agony.
Fair enough. Alright. Now, this one's broken up families before. Cereal before milk? So milk first and then cereal, or cereal first and then milk?
I do both.
No, you don't. You better not.
I do.
There's only one answer to this, and you better not do both.
I do both.
I won't have no bi-cerealer in my family.
Depending on how high I am that night.
It's kind of which one you forget to put in first.
So I do both. I will admit it.
That's funny. That's fair. That's a good point. Oh shit. That's funny as fuck. Alright guys, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us. Sorry for the episode being out so late. We're just a little lazy. For being totally honest. We slacked this week.
Yep.
But hopefully this episode will be out first thing in the morning on Thursday, and then you guys can enjoy all. I think, well, I used to say all three of you. I think now I can say all five of you. I think now I can say that. So all five of y'all, appreciate it.
Five of you.
Maybe six. Could be six if we're lucky. Appreciate y'all. Check out the Instagram at the Almost F1 Pod. The TikTok's under the same username, just with a period in between each word. And go check out the YouTube.
Tune in next week.
Later, bitches.
No.